This is Paul Turner, the immigration barrister at Imperium Chambers. How low really will Priti Patel and the Home Office go? Pretty low it seems now, given a new Home Office policy that discriminates, amongst others, Asian women who are the victims of domestic violence. In what is pretty shocking news, the Home Office has admitted that a new immigration rule to criminalise and deport migrants, rough sleepers, may actually discriminate against ethnic minorities, including Asian women who say have survived domestic violence. One might think that's a bit shocking in itself. This has leaked out through an internal document which analyses how the power to deport rough sleepers would indirectly affect people at risk, including, as I've mentioned previously, the most vulnerable, people with disabilities. Apparently, a report obtained by the excellent organisation Liberty accepted that the new rule would indirectly discriminate on the basis of race. It specifically identified Asian women who have been the victim of domestic violence as being at risk. How can this possibly be the same Home Secretary as Priti Patel? I mean, realistically, this clearly shows that she doesn't understand the word humane or is being mendacious in its use. This is particularly the case since last month she was booming on about boasting about having introduced a new domestic violence bill to ensure women's safety after the killing of Sarah Everard, which is a tragic event that happened recently. So it seems to me that the Secretary of State on one hand makes noises about protecting women's rights and on the other seeks to implement rules that discriminate against predominantly Asian women of domestic violence. Strange, but very, very disturbing. The leaked document goes further by stating that rough sleepers who rarely choose to be sleeping outside, to put it mildly, often suffer mental and physical disabilities. Indeed, the Home Office recognised that about half of rough sleepers suffer from some sort of problem ranging from health through mental to learning difficulties. This is yet another example of the Home Office's complete failure to adopt a humane and people-first approach, and further highlights Priti Patel as lurched to the right and pandering to it. What is clearly needed, as I've said many times before, is an amnesty and a complete overhaul of what Priti Patel herself says is a broken system. Indeed, this new policy, in my view, would do injustice to a third world country ruled by a dictator and certainly ought not be tolerated in the United Kingdom in the 21st century. It is truly a sad day when the Home Office implements a policy that it already knows will discriminate. Normally, it's only after someone's worked out that the policy discriminates that they realise that it's wrong. But this time they know it's wrong and they're still going to implement it. This is truly disturbing, but is pretty indicative of what one can expect from this Secretary of State when it comes to the most vulnerable in society. This is a disturbing video, so I wouldn't say I hope you've enjoyed it, but I hope it's been informative. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. This is Paul Turner, the immigration barrister at Imperium Chambers.